race. He's not just a black man, so to speak. He has a white mother, white grandparents, and he can relate to those people as well. So that's a very, very good point. Now, we have so many challenges, that Barack faces as the president-elect of the United States. What do you think are his most pressing challenges? We'll start with you, Trevor.
I think the economy is going to be the hardest thing that he's going to have to deal with. And I just think that the economy is like, I think the health care, I think he can get at that. He can tackle the health care pretty easy, and implement his health care taxes. But that economy is so messed up, and I don't think it's really that bad. I don't think it's bad as everybody think it is. I think a lot of people like the stock, the shareholders, they're holding back to see what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And then I think once they see like, oh, okay, it's good, then they'll put their money back to use. But I don't think it's going to be. I think the economy is going to be the worst thing that he has to step up to.
Yes, sir. What about you, babe?
I'm going to go with the economy too, because the economy is the biggest thing he needs to fix first. Because without the money coming in, everything else is irrelevant. People ain't happy, people ain't got work, people not eating. Just right. So economy, I think number one on this list. Healthcare too. As far as everything else, I mean, that's gonna play on the back burner for now until we get those things right. But he has a full plate. He has a full plate.
And I think and I agree. I think the economy is critical in regards to what he has to confront as the president. But I also think that it's in such a condition. I mean, I like to equate it as saying, okay, an analogy being that your house being on fire, right? And 75% of your house is just gone in ashes. And then the other 25% of it is in raging flames. And the firemen walk up and you say, can you please save my house?
Right.
Exactly. Because that's what he is walking into, because America being a debt-driven society.
Right.
When one aspect of the economy falls, whether it be the banking system or AIG, the insurance system, they're so interconnected and so intertwined that it's like a domino effect. And so you can't really stop the dominoes from falling once the first one is knocked over.
Right.
And the auto industry is definitely evidence of that, because now you have the leaders of GM, Chrysler, and Ford coming to the Congress with, like Minister Farrakhan referred to, with a tin cup in their hand, saying, give me $25 billion and bail me out. But in truth, the bedrock of any country is this manufacturing. If you don't have manufacturing, you really don't have an economy. And so when manufacturing leaves, when Honda and Toyota are the #1 automakers in this country, then in truth, you don't have a country. So he faces tremendous challenges where that's concerned. Now, Minister Farrakhan, he did a lecture last week, and he said in his lecture that Barack Obama was a mercy from God to the United States of America. How do you see that? Do you agree or disagree with that statement?
I do agree. I agree. I don't know. It just the way everything happened, like he just came out of nowhere. It's like, just out of nowhere. I'm senator. I'm running for president.
Right.
It's like, who are you? Then you see this nice looking, articulate black man. He got that swagger. He can talk to anybody. He's making everybody feel safe. You know what I mean? And just feel, when he went to Europe, it was really like, I think that might have been the stamp.
Right.
You know, he went to Europe and had a speech in front of what, 200,000? 200,000. So if you say Europeans, well,
right.
You know, wasn't that many of us over there, you know. So people was coming out to see him. Like I watched here, they came out to see him.
Right. That's
so
true.
I think so. I think he's, you know, he's that guy.
Mercy. True indeed. B, what about you? Is he a mercy from God to this country?
I think so. I mean, as far as taking on the presidency and taking us where we need to go, and with all the problems we're already having, I think he's a mercy to those who struggle and been through some struggle and now can see hope. Yeah, I think he's mercy. He's mercy.
And I see that in the same vein. I believe he's definitely a mercy to America because of all of the ills that have affected black people in this country. Yeah. And the fact that, you know, you and I, even though, you know, we're all young, and we never thought that we would see it. Right. And the reason why we never thought that we would see it was because there's so much white supremacy in this country that's institutionalized that we can never see it, you know what I'm saying, never see it happening. So for the American people to elect this brother, it seems as though God would have some favor on them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's a heavy, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Now I want to read something from the paper and then have you comment on it. And this is dealing with accountability. And this is true if you listen to talk radio too. It says, and this appears in the last column, fourth paragraph down, it says, the far right wing has continued its attacks on Mr. Obama, and some media outlets have vowed to hold the president accountable. It's fine to hold Obama accountable to the interests of the American people and his promises, but he should not be held to a different standard than previous presidents. It's interesting that the media is interested in accountability when it helped drive the country to war based on the lies of President George W. Bush. The media largely never sought to hold Mr. Bush accountable, and thousands of American lives have been lost. What happened to media accountability and the press as the watchdog in a healthy democracy? Right. And what are your thoughts on that?
It's the truth. It's true. I mean, it's almost like when Webb inherited DIA. Mm-hmm. You know, that baggage system still don't work. Right. To this day. Webb's been in and out of office. That baggage system is still sitting there. They're doing everything manually. But Webb did a good job while he was in office. Right. So he didn't fix the baggage system, but he had a solution to where the bags are you can still get your luggage. Right. So I mean, I think Barack he's not going to fix everything but I think he has a solution that's going to help us get through, as you know, like as a whole. And it's kind of bringing people together, but it's kind of pushing people, the real ignorant people. Right. It's kind of getting away from everybody. Like, you know, I really don't like y'all. Right. You know.
It's so true. Brian.
I think the accountability is it's going to be a lot different because he can't just jumpstart a war and get the economy back booming, you know? Just like previous presidents, they need to get the economy going again. Right. We're going to go to war. But now we trying to get out of war, so it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem trying to get this economy jump-started, you know?
That's a good point. That's a good point. And I'm glad you brought up Mayor Webb, too, because that's a classic example of, you know, because Barack Obama, he's the first, well, not the first black president, but the first president